All right, diving in, ready for a vocabulary boost. We're tackling 30 words today, all from that Oxford 5000 list.
Yeah, we're going to make these words work for you.
Exactly. It's not just about knowing them, it's about using them. So are you ready to unlock some serious communication power?
Absolutely. And you know what's really cool is that these words, even though they might seem a bit advanced, they pop up all the time.
Oh, for sure. In everyday conversations, articles, you name it.
Right, and once you got them down, boom, you'll understand more and express yourself better, like way more precisely.
Okay, so first up is insert. Pretty straightforward, right? Like when you put something into something else.
Exactly. Picture it like, sliding a key into a lock or your card into the ATM.
Oh, yeah, or like adding a sentence right into the middle of a paragraph.
Okay, so that's insert, the verb, the action, but then we have insertion, the noun.
So that would be like the actual thing being put in, right?
Yeah. Think of it like the insertion point for a cursor on your computer, or like the insertion of the IV needle was painless.
Gotcha. Insert, the action, insertion, the thing. Cool. Now, this next word makes me think of someone who's like in the loop, insider.
Oh, yeah, insider. They've got the inside scoop, the secret knowledge. Could be in a company, an industry, even just a friend group.
So like that friend who always knows the best restaurants before anyone else does?
Exactly. Or like the journalist got the real story from an insider at the company.
Right, right. Okay, on to inspect. I'm already picturing someone with a magnifying glass, looking for clues.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. To examine closely, usually to spot problems or make sure things are up to par.
So like a building inspector checking out a new house.
Yep. Or think about when you buy a used car. You'd want to get a mechanic to inspect it first.
Oh, absolutely. Don't want to buy a lemon. And then there's inspection, the process of inspecting.
Right, and the inspector, the person doing it. Lots of inspect words there.
It's an inspect party. Okay, switching gears a bit. Let's talk about inspiration, that spark of creativity.
Yeah, inspiration. It gets you going, fuels your imagination.
It can come from anywhere, right? Like a beautiful sunset, a piece of music, even just a conversation.
Absolutely. Say a musician finding inspiration from the city sounds, or a writer inspired by their travels.
Or, even those stories of everyday heroes, they can be super inspiring.
Totally. Okay, next up we've got installation. First thing that pops in my head is those complicated instruction manuals.
Oh, I know those manuals. So installation, it's about putting something in place, making it ready to go.
Yep, like setting up a new security system or even hanging art in a gallery. It's about that whole process.
Right, it's not just placing it there, it's making it functional. Okay, now for a word that's all about speed, instant.
Instant is like, boom, it happens right away. No waiting around.
Like instant coffee. Or, the website loaded instantly.
Yeah, perfect example. Or like feeling an instant connection with someone.
Now, this next word is all about gut feelings. Instinct.
Instinct. It's like that inner voice, It guides you, often without you even thinking about it.
Like a mother's instinct to protect her child.
Exactly. Or when you just have a gut feeling that something's not right. Sometimes it's best to trust those instincts.
Okay, on to a word that always sounds a bit formal to me. Institutional.
Institutional usually refers to those big, established systems or organizations, like universities or governments.
Right, institutions. So we can say, like, the university has a long history of institutional excellence.
Yeah, or maybe the report called for institutional reform in the healthcare system.
Interesting. So institutional could be about the good and the bad aspects of organizations, right?
Exactly. Now let's move on to instruct. Think teachers, coaches, anyone giving directions.
Oh, yeah. Instruct, to teach, guide, explain how to do something.
Right on. Like a chef instructing someone on how to make a perfect souffle.
Or a driving instructor teaching you parallel parking.
Ooh, stressful. But yeah, good example. Now here's a word with two meanings. Instrumental.
The first one that comes to mind is musical instruments, right?
Yep, that's one. But it can also mean something crucial, something that plays a key role.
So we could say, like, her dedication was instrumental to the team's success.
Perfect. Okay, on to insufficient. This one's pretty simple. It just means not enough.
Not enough resources, not enough time, not enough evidence.
Exactly. Like, the evidence was insufficient to prove the claim.
Right. Insufficient means we're missing something. We need more. Now for a word we all know, insult.
Insult. Ouch. A rude remark, an action meant to hurt or offend.
Like his comment was a deliberate insult to her intelligence.
Exactly. Sometimes the best response is to just ignore it.
True, true. But sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. Okay, let's talk about intact. It makes me think of something perfectly preserved, untouched.
Yes. Complete, undamaged, whole, like the archaeologist found the ancient scroll intact.
Or, like, despite the years, their friendship remained intact.
Oh, I like that one. Now, intake has a couple of different meanings.
The first one I think of is like food intake or air intake.
Right, the amount of something taken in. But it can also refer to admitting someone into a program or institution.
Oh, right, like the university has a limited intake of new students each year.
Exactly. Okay, on to a word that sounds super academic, integral.
Integral. I always think of it like it's essential, a crucial part of something.
Spot on, like a missing puzzle piece. Communication is integral to a healthy relationship.
Or, the engine is an integral part of a car. Can't really drive without it.
Aha, true. Now, if we want to talk about the action of combining things into a whole, that's integrate.
Integrate, to blend, to merge, like the company is working to integrate new technologies into its operations.
Perfect. And of course, we have integration, the process of integrating.
So, like, the school promotes the integration of students from diverse backgrounds. Okay, let's talk about a word that's all about good character. Integrity.
Ah, integrity. Doing the right thing even when no one's looking.
Being honest, ethical, having strong morals.
Exactly. Someone with integrity is trustworthy. They have strong principles.
Now, this next word makes me think of deep thinkers. Intellectual.
Intellectual. It can describe a person who loves to learn, to engage in deep thought.
So, like, she's a respected intellectual in the field of philosophy.
Yeah, perfect. It can also describe activities like he enjoys intellectual pursuits like reading and chess.
Right. Okay, on to intensify, which makes me think of things getting bigger, stronger, more extreme.
Exactly. To increase in intensity or force, like the storm intensified overnight.
Or, the pressure intensify as the deadline approached. And, of course, we have intensity, the now.
Right. The intensity of the athlete's training was incredible. Okay, moving on to intensive. Makes me think of boot camps and crash courses.
Intensing is all about focus and effort, right? Concentrated, rigorous, packed into a short amount of time.
Yep, like she enrolled in an intensive language course.
Right, you're really immersing yourself in it. Okay, now for a word that's all about purpose, intent.
Intent, your aim, your goal, the reason behind what you do.
It adds that extra layer of meaning to actions, like her intent was to help the community.
Exactly. Or he approached the situation with good intent.
All right, just a few more left. Interact is next. Pretty basic one, right? Just engaging with others.
Yeah, to communicate, connect, have a back and forth. Like the children interacted happily during playtime.
Or, on social media, people interact through comments and messages.
Totally. And then we have interaction, the noun. Those interactions can be positive or negative.
Wow, we did it. We just explored 30 amazing English words. I feel like my brain is bursting with new vocabulary.
That's the goal. And remember, it's not just about knowing these words, it's about using them.
Exactly. The more words you have, the more effectively you can communicate your ideas.
So as you go about your day, try to spot these words in action. Or even better, try using them yourself. See how they fit into your conversations and your writing.
Now that you have these 30 words in your arsenal, think about this. How can understanding the concept of intent influence how you interact with others? And how can you use this new vocabulary to express your own thoughts and ideas with more precision?
Keep practicing, stay curious, and most importantly, have fun with language.
That's it for this deep dive. See you next time.
See ya! Tweet ATM.